Welcome everybody to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 mistakes you want to avoid in Tower of Fantasy. Before we get further into the video, I just want to say if you guys have been enjoying the content so far, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you do not miss out on any future content. Start off with the first mistake you want to avoid is spending your dark crystals on anything other than red nucleus. So let's go to the shop really quick. If you go into the hot tab, here you can see all the options you can spend your dark crystals on. I highly recommend not buying anything other than the red nucleus, on one exception. If you're like me, I'm a bit of a whale when it comes to gacha games, okay? Just a little bit. You see here, I have shown this before. I have 2 stars on Nemesis, 1 star on Samir, and then I think 1 star on Homa, rocking King now because I just unlocked him last night. But if you are one that likes to put a little bit of money into gacha games, and you also like to grind heavy for the game, spending your quote-unquote resin, as how it's called in Genshin. In this game, if you go up to this tab right here and then go over and hit select, you can see you can do all of these events. You can do the joint operation, 90 energy. I don't know what it's called in this game. I'm going to call it energy. And if you're one like me that likes to rinse this out 100% every single day, you can go ahead, by all means, go into the shop and spend the 50 on a vitality solution, because once when you do that, let me just do it right now, it goes up to 100, and then I believe it goes up to 200, and then 200 again. Only do it once. This is a daily refresh, so you just spend 1 vitality solution a day, spend the 50. If you happen to spend a little bit in the game to where you're just going to accumulate a lot of dark crystals other than grinding the game, but if you're more free to play and you can only accumulate dark crystals by grinding the game, I highly recommend not really doing that every day, maybe once in a while, but really just go for the red nucleus, because you will be happy when you do so, and you have a lot of these red nucleuses built up for the temporary character. And the gold, it's not worth it. You get a lot of that in game. The gold nucleus, you get plenty of those throughout the map. You just have to go look for them. Which brings to the second mistake you want to avoid is going around the map and not knowing what gold nucleuses you have picked up. So you can see here, I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to deselect everything and only select the gold nucleus. So you can see there's plenty of them around the map. This is the interactive map you can get on the website. There is a link down in the description. You can just click on that and have the map at your full control. So what I like to do with this map, when you're looking at this map and you see all these golden nucleus, you can make a trail of your own, and as you pick these up, just mark them on the map. You can see they are faded. Keep doing that. Make sure you're gonna really want to do this, because you want to capitalize on this and get as many wishes as possible, and because, well, they're free. You just have to dedicate a little bit of time to go walk around the map and search for them. Number 3 is respect enemy shields in this game. I can't stress this enough. If you are not respecting the shields, let's just say you are trying to kill an enemy with a pyro shield and you're using Kane's weapon, even though it has shatter and it's good against shield, it's going to take you a little bit longer to crack the shield because it's the same element. You got to use basically any shatter weapon that isn't that element. So if you're going up against Electro Shield, anything but Bolt. If you're going up against Frost Shield, anything but Frost. Pretty common sense. And make sure you aren't using a high charge weapon for breaking shields, because it's just not going to work. You are wasting way too much time. And make sure you're not using a high shatter weapon for just dealing damage, because it's going to take you, again, a little bit longer. Number 4 is just upgrade a few weapons at a time. Don't go ham and start upgrading every single weapon you see. You can see a lot of the weapons I own are level 10, 20, and 140 just because, well, I felt like it, and it's an SSR champ. So I'm probably going to use him more than likely down the road. But what I'm saying is, as you're upgrading weapons, especially early game, you're going to accumulate a lot of these resources to upgrade your weapons. You can see here, it just selects 6 of these green mats to upgrade this weapon. And even though I have quite a bit right now, like to me right now, I can just upgrade this and I'm not even going to be phased by it because I have quite a bit of mats. But if I do that for every weapon, and as characters come out, or as I increase my overall level and can get higher in the weapon level, I'm going to want more of those mats. And let me tell you, just like Genshin, I am very, very endgame in Genshin, and I am lacking on a lot of mats that I don't have for upcoming characters. I maxed out old characters that I played once or twice. Just like this, you know, you don't want to max out every single weapon just because it's cool. Save your mats, pick a solid 3 to 4 weapons that you like a lot. Better yet, just pick one solid team. My go-to team is Nemesis, Samir, and Kane. I'm gonna max these to sky high and not worry about anything else. Now, when I get Meryl, for instance, I'm gonna to upgrade hers, because use hers around the map and get used to her abilities and use her in PvP. So I'm really looking forward to unlocking her. But other than that, I'm not going to worry about anything else other than the main team. I'm going to be Rock. And number 5, just like with the weapons, but the matrices, same rule applies. You do not want to go ham and start developing all of your matrices, because you are going to run out of them and resources, and you're going to be sad when you get a good matrice down the road and you can't upgrade it. So all these matrices, the greens, the blues, and even some of the purples, you're going to replace in the near future. I promise you, in a matter of weeks, you are going to replace these. So hold off on upgrading them. You can upgrade them a little bit, I guess, if you really are inclined to. If you could, just hold off on upgrading at least the blue ones. The purple ones, I would say, is okay. You can see I upgraded a few of the blue ones, but that's about it. I mean, I'm not going to waste my mats, because I know for a fact I'm going to swap these out in the near future for some legendary ones. When you get the legendary ones, you tend to hold on to those a lot longer until you find even better ones. Next up is do not use all of your augment boxes at once. I know it's very tempting to have loot boxes in your inventory, in your backpack, and just want to open all of them right off the rip. Instead of opening up all of your boxes at once, I highly recommend just holding them in your backpack. Once when you start unlocking characters, you can go to their weapons and click upgrade, and then boom. You can see I'm lacking on some of these nanofiber frames. I have 0 of 6, and I have 9 of these augment crates. So because I didn't open them right off the rip, I can just go ahead and click on the actual icon itself. This is where this game comes pretty handy. I can just click on this icon down here and click use, and I know, well, I can get one of these 4 items. Well, I know I need this, and I need 6 of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and open 6, and I have more boxes still in my backpack in the exact amount of these nano frames that I need for the next level up. So highly recommend just hanging on to them so you know exactly what you need. It'll make your life a lot easier down the road. Next up is weapon class setups. So at the end of the day, you want to play who you want to play. It is a video game. Have fun with it, although you want a little bit of balancing at the same time. You don't want too much shatter, you don't want too much charge, you don't want too little of both. So some champs in this game have very high shatter and low charge, or vice versa, or high of both or low of both. It just depends. You have to scroll through all of your weapons and just kind of read the stats. So I highly recommend using one high shatter weapon, which in my case is King. Beforehand I was using Homa, which she has 10 and 10. If you have Homa, not King, she's not a bad choice. She's probably honestly right below King in terms of shatter and just how viable she is. Then you can see here for Samir, I have more charge than shatter, so she's a little bit more of my DPS side. And then for Nemesis, she's kind of lacking on both, not gonna lie. However, she is very important because she is the battery for my Samir. Coco's weapon is also really good for damage. You can see the charge she has and the shatter that she lacks. She's definitely a good choice. But overall, you just want to balance it out. Have one weapon with a lot of shatter, have one weapon with a lot of charge, and preferably the third weapon have a little bit of both. You don't want 3 weapons with a little bit of both because it's just not enough. Next up is going to be your gear slots. So do not sleep on your gear slots, and I will tell you why. So you can see I am very, very lacking on my gear. I don't have anything better than green. I haven't been farming for them. I've just been kind of doing whatever I want to do. However, you see here that these armor slots have the number 5 on this. There's 2 ways you can upgrade each section right here. So if you click on one of your armor pieces and hit enhance, it's going to default you to this tab right here, enhance. You can see on the bottom middle, enhance advancement. You're gonna start with enhance. It's just gonna put you here, and this is not enhancing your armor piece. This is just enhancing the armor slot. To upgrade the armor slot, you're going to need these booster modules, and then if you click on advancement, this is upgrading the actual piece itself. You can see that you use other pieces to upgrade it, and then these crystals. So just pay attention to what you're spending in order to upgrade your gear. If you're on enhance and you see that you're going to be spending the booster modules, well, you're upgrading the actual slot and not the armor piece. And one thing to note with the armor slots is don't go ham and just start upgrading this to max and then this one to max and so forth. You want to evenly level up all 7 pieces, because if you click this little icon right here, it gives you bonus stats. So you can see basic 8-piece equipment enhancement plus 5. So if I have all of these gear pieces upgraded to level 5, and these are just for the slots, I'm missing 1 level on the boots, but once when I have all these to level 5, I'm going to get these bonus stats. And then once when you get all these leveled up to 10, you're going to get these bonus stats and so forth. So that's why you want to level up, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So when you level up 1 through 4, the 5th level up is going to require this resource, the advancement module. And then I assume it's going to be like that for once when you hit level 9, to 10, you're going to need the advancement module as well, or maybe it's another resource, but you're going to need at least more than just the booster module. Next up, it's pretty self-explanatory, but do not cap out on your energy, because then you're just losing out on energy. I highly recommend doing your interstellar explorations, maybe some joint operations if you're later in the game. If you're early in the game, don't do the joint operations, because you receive gears and matrices that way, but when you're early in the game, you're going to progress really quick and grow out of your gears and matrices. So I wouldn't really recommend doing joint operations super early, but I do recommend at least the interstellar exploration and dimensional trials. But like I said, do not cap out on this, because once when you do, as you can see here, the next recovery is at 1 minute and 16 seconds, and full recovery is in 2 hours and 49 minutes. So I'm going to rinse through a lot of this, if not all of it, before I go to bed, because this does fill up very, very slow. Once when you run out, and if you're still wanting to play, it can take forever. And last up is when you do your daily bounties, you actually collect your reward right here in this little box. I have gotten a reward right here, and I didn't know about it till probably the next day, or maybe even more, I don't know. But this is where you collect your reward. This little box right here, you can see I don't have one to collect right now, but it's not super flashy. It's not like, hey, collect your reward here. So again, it's not that big of a deal. The reward's not gonna go away. It's just gonna stay there. And you know, I'm only saying this because you might have a reward sitting right here and not even realize it. This game likes to kind of have stuff on your screen and just kind of forget, like, oh shoot, there's, you know, gotta collect that, gotta collect this. A lot of things are kind of cluttered and blend in, and so yeah, don't forget to collect your rewards. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on daily videos at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.